Man, E Vapors with another Cartalk TV, baby. And you know I'm here with my main man, the co-host, Kasho Rail.
What up? What up?
You know what I'm saying? And of course, today's guest, he got three names actually. I'm gonna give you all three names. All right. His real name he goes by is AB. All right, so y'all got AB on lock. Boom. He also goes by on Instagram, Opulent M3. Okay. And on the YouTube, he goes by Euro Auto Enthusiast. So welcome, AB Euro Auto Enthusiast, Opulent M3 to Cartalk TV, baby. Let's go.
What up? What up? What up? What up? What up? Glad to be here. How we doing today?
Yeah, man. We in here, man. We all the way in here.
Had to do like you. I know you had your cups of coffee off, and I switched it up today. I got some tea, so got a little
Yeah. Yeah, man. So yeah, we're live right now on YouTube, man, on Cartalk TV, man. And I'm still live on my personal page on Instagram right now. But man, welcome to the show, man. And Kasho Rail, man, Kasho Rail gonna kick things off, man, and we'll go from there, man. I'm excited, man, because I'm a BMW guy, so I'm excited. And not to tell your whole story, man. You know, we got some military. You know, we all have military ties.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So yeah, yep. Man. I'm super excited, man. Let's go.
Let's get it. Look, I like calling you M3.
Instagram people.
I like calling
y'all come over to the YouTube side on Cartalk TV.
I'm game.
We would appreciate that, man. So I'm just talking to y'all right now. We live right now. Let me show y'all.
AB, aka M3. I just shared it out. Community tab as well.
Right there, we live, y'all.
Man, what's good?
Live on YouTube right now. So if y'all could come holler at us on YouTube, that'd be a blessing. All
right, man. Let's kick this thing off, man. Explain to our audience, explain to our community, everybody who's watching on the YouTube world, on the IG world, who are you and where are you from?
All right. Well, I'm AB Wright. I am from Dayton, Ohio. So back in the Midwest, here in Wisconsin, but I grew up in Atlanta, Georgia. So a lot of my youth was from living in the South from the time I was about 3 years old up until college. So yeah. So I mean, if you want me to get into the gist of anything else, just let me know. Answer the question at hand.
We definitely want to get into that. Let me just switch my computer over, man.
Okay.
Yeah, man. Hey, look. I'm going to say this real quick, man. All three of us have military ties, y'all. So it's one thing that we all like cars, man, and we all love business and everything, man. But it's amazing when you find somebody out here in the car world, in the business world, and you got military ties too. You know what I'm saying? I think it's dope, man, because our Fat Cat on Free Smoke, y'all still got the Free Smoke shirt on today. Fat Cat was also in the military. He's a Navy guy too. You know what I mean?
Fellow Navy. Yep.
Salute Navy, man. We running things right now. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir. On us right now. Yeah.
Yes, we got that triple bond, man. I love that, man.
Right. Yeah. Military was definitely a good part of my life. Learned a lot.
Yeah, man. So go ahead, Kasho. Go ahead and get this thing off, man. I'm gonna sit in the bullpen. We're gonna use baseball terms. I'm gonna sit in the bullpen. I got a hot. I'm a southpaw. I got a hot left-handed 98, fast paw. I see the Brewers. You know what I mean?
We'll be talking about why we're using baseball terms here in a moment.
Yes, sir.
For sure. So I always kick it off with my famous question.
Mm-hmm.
What was your first car? Not your first build, your first car ever.
Okay, first car. Now, does hand-me-down, is that included or the first one I bought?
No, first one. First one that you claim was yours.
First one, okay.
Now, first car.
It was a Datsun 210. And anybody know anything about Datsun? That was before Nissan. That was Nissan bought out Datsun, which is a Japanese or JDM car, so a Japanese manufacturer. But yeah, it was a Datsun 210, a little square-bodied hatchback, and I think that's why I got into being pretty much most of the cars I've ever owned were coupes because it was a little hatchback. But matter of fact, it was a 5-speed, or probably 5-speed at that time. So 5-speed.
Mhm.
In fact, you didn't get your first car until you learned how to drive a stick. Period.
Oh,
Whoa.
Period. Yeah. Yeah. Now, my youngest sister, she did she got out of that some kind of way. I don't know how she finagled her way out of there. But of all of us know how to drive a stick. So you had to learn how to drive a manual first.
Mm-hmm.
Then you could get your first car. And more than likely, your first car was a manual anyway. But at least, based on that, my dad always said, depending on what the price was, if the price was right and it was an automatic versus a stick, then there you go. We'll buy it. Yeah. Yeah.
Man, good stuff. Good stuff. What were you still in high school? Was it after high school?
That was high school. Yeah, that had to be, I want to say about 13, 14. Yeah, that sounds about right. Mm-hmm. No, not 13, 14. No, 14, 15. 14, 15.
15 with a car. Yeah. So you, at the time, you was pulling up to high school with it?
No, I wasn't driving. I wasn't driving it yet, but it was mine. It was at home. Because of course I didn't get my regular license until I was 16. But I'd already had my car early and learning how to change oil and do simple stuff, check the tires or kick the tire, as they like to say. So
yeah.
Did you do anything to it? Any modifications at the time?
Not to that one. No, not to that one. I didn't do anything until my next car. Yeah.
So what was your next car after that?
So next car after that was a Mitsubishi Cordial. And again, we got a theme going here because it's white. It's a 2-door hatchback. And that one was a manual. So we got a running theme here on the first 2 cars. They're imports. And they're hatchback and they're white. Yeah, that's weird. I'm just now kind of realizing that too. So yeah.
So that was the first car that you got that you modded. Would you say that was the car that inspired you to get into the car game?
Definitely was. I was reading a lot of lowrider magazines then. I think lowrider magazine is about the only magazine I watch, other than maybe look at the Jet magazine or something like that. But yeah, car magazine was a lowrider magazine. Yeah,
ain't but one page in Jet magazine.
Look, you maybe said that.
That's why I didn't even get specific. I just said Jet. God dog.
Oh, okay. I don't remember no car section in there.
We talking about cars today, man. We talking
about car. Why are you bringing up things that are
beauty of the week?
I didn't say that. There was some cars in there. There might have been some cars in there.
Oh man,
they advertised.
They did advertise, but a correction: Fat Cat was not in the Navy. He said he was in the Army. I don't know why. Okay. I don't know why I thought he was in the Navy, man. Maybe because I like Fat Cat so much, man. I put him in the Navy.
I made an honorary sailor. I can't even talk.
Yeah, I made him an honorary sailor, man. I stepped his game up a little bit and put him in the Navy. You know, my bad, Fat Cat.
Oh, don't make me go get my. Don't make me go get my hoodie.
Don't do it.
Oh my goodness, I ain't gonna do it.
Don't beat up on us, man. It's all love. It's all love. But let me shout out a few folks that's up in here, man. And you can help me out as well, E-Vapes.
Fat Cat.
Yeah, Fat Cat, Robel. Free Smoke is in the building. Al Daily Juice, vlogging with Angie and kids. Who else we got up in here? Catfish Corner, man. Appreciate everybody for tapping in. Yeah, man. So just to go in, back it up just a little bit, because I want you to tell like your full story. How was your childhood? Just growing up. How was it? How was it for you?
Childhood was fairly good. I mean, I don't mind being open and honest about any parts of my upbringing, rearing, or any of that. But just real quickly, like I said, born in Dayton, Ohio, moved to Georgia, moved to Atlanta, Georgia, and for whatever reasons, my mom decided to move us there. And don't mind me because I got to plug up this Mac real quick. I see I'm down on power. But for whatever reason, we moved there, and one thing led to another. We were pretty much ended up in foster care, and I later got adopted, which all of the above was a blessing in the long run. So I don't have anything negative to say, never had anything negative to say about it. So good things came out of it. I'm a product of it, and yeah, that's part of my story to tell.
For sure, man. Hey, but look, just to backtrack real quick, Fat Cat doing all kind of Navy jokes and all kind of stuff
What are you
going on.
doing?
I'm
What are you
listening
doing?
to you, but they not being nice.
That ain't good, man.
Fat Cat not being nice, man.
Supposed to be supportive, Fat Cat.
But we kind of like a family,
I'm about to go
though.
burn that free smoke shirt.
Hey, look, I got mine's on, but look, it's kind of like family, right? We can fight with each other, Army, Navy, Air Force, Marine, Coast Guard, National Guard, and all of that. But I tell you what, you better, if you're on the outside, you better not step in here.
Hey, don't do it.
So I'm gonna let the Navy jokes fly tonight.
Coming at you. Yeah. All good, all love.
Yeah, for sure. And speaking of Navy, man, you joined the military, you joined the Navy. What made you join the Navy?
I have no idea why I did that. God, no, seriously. I never wanted to join the military at all. And my dad was like, he and I always bumped heads because he was stubborn, I was stubborn, and I want to figure out life my way. He wanted to share with me ways to avoid me from making, grave mistakes. And no, it just butted heads. But at some point in time, as life began to happen, I had played professional ball for a little while. We'll gloss over that for now, but I played professional baseball for a while. Decided to get out of the political realm of that because it's got its own politicking with professional sports. So I got away from that, just went back to corporate America, worked, and just wanted to settle down. So I got settled, got married at that particular time, and was ready to go back to school because I left school to pursue baseball. And in pursuing school, my ex-wife now, at that time, came to me with something in the paper. And she was like, hey, I found, there's a recruiter. They're looking for avionics technicians. Avionic technicians. That is basically you work on aircraft, work on the electrical components and computers. So, and told me all these different things. Said, hey, they'll pay for school. They do this, and that. I was like, cool. She said, there's one thing. I said, what's that? She said, it's the Navy. I said, hell no.
Right.
And she said, hold on, wait a minute. Just, I was talking with somebody that said, just think about it. In fact, I had a Navy reservist that I worked with at my full-time job at Siemens Wireless. So I went back to her the next day, told her the information, and she said, wait, I'm going to come back, bring you some information in a couple of days. She brought me back information, told me, hey, these are the things you are looking for. You want your it was GI Bill at that time, but it's now post 9/11. So like you want your GI Bill, you want a signing bonus, you want to make sure they got whatever other things for school or STAR program, basically where you go in, finish boot camp, and as soon as you finish A school, you bump up to the next pay grade without having to take E4 without having to take that exam. So all those things, and she said, if those are in there and they're in that contract, you ain't got nothing to lose. She said, just make sure it's in the contract. So sure enough, I went to, I don't dress anything like I used to dress then, but I pretty much, because I worked in corporate America, I was always in suit and tie. So sure enough, I come rolling up to the recruiting center in my suit and tie, thinking I'm going to, impress somebody. And I can only imagine them jokers clowning me when I left there. But anyway.
Oh yeah, I worked in recruiting, so we would have been clowning you.
Oh my God, I can only imagine. Yeah. So I walk in, make my demands, and then the next thing you know, I take the ASVAB, come back with with the score necessary to go into that MOS. Well, not MOS, but NEC, but MOS for Army, and that was history. So I went to boot camp and everything, but that was how I ended up in the Navy. Just trying to pursue a different goal and some different aspirations in life. Plus, I will say this, at the end of it all, this was two things factored into that. One, my father had passed, my adopted father. Number two, it was post 9/11. So I joined June 23rd, 2004. And September 11th had already happened. So fighting for my country was part of, patriotism was part of the reason I joined as well. So that's how I ended up in the Navy.
Good stuff. Appreciate your service, man. Navy brethren, E-Vapors, you wanna piggyback on that a little bit, man?
Yeah, man. As far as the military, like I just mentioned, man, I worked in Navy recruiting, man, so I can only imagine what I know. What I would have been cutting up if I would have seen you coming there suited and booted. I'd have been like, bro, the prom was last week. You know what I mean?
I'd have got roasted. I already know, man.
The prom was last week. You missed it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But if you want a job, we got a job for you.
Right.
It's gonna be a different uniform. You know what I'm saying? It sure ain't gonna be no high water skinny slacks that you got on, sir, and the little bow tie you got.
I promise you, they probably weren't even no skinny slacks. They were probably more on the level of Steve Harvey suits, man.
Yeah.
That's how I was rocking, man. That's how I was rocking.
You was on some Steve Harvey bell bottom jump, blowing in the wind type. You know what I mean?
What about 7, 8 buttons down the coat?
Yes, sir. 7, 8 buttons, man. You know, I know that oh so well, man. I had me a couple Steve Harvey suits back in the day too.
Man.
But I tell you what,
photos.
Oh, the photos? Oh yeah,
I had to find them, see if I got any. I probably was smart enough not to take any pictures. So
yeah. But look, in the military, man, like, what was one of your favorite places that you visited, man? Like, actually had a good time. I know you there for work, and I know we was there for work, deploying and stuff like that. What was a spot where you was like, yo, this is all right here?
Honestly, I'd say between 2 places, and they both were overseas.
Okay.
Okinawa, Japan, and Landstuhl, Germany. Were the 2.
Any reason on Japan?
Japan was great because of the food. Period. The culture.
There you go. Gotcha.
Now we'll say with being in Okinawa, it was more Americanized.
Right.
Had I been in Atsugi or anywhere mainland Japan, then it probably would have been still a great experience, but different. I probably would experience more of the culture, the authentic Japanese culture. But the food was this. If you like sushi and you're in Japan, don't come back here saying you didn't try the sushi.
Well, I'm a hibachi guy myself. Not real big on sushi, man.
Right.
But I love hibachi, man. And in my Navy career, I never got a chance to go to Japan. I was pretty much in Europe the whole time, or I was in UAE. For some of y'all, that's like Saudi Arabia, Bahrain, Dubai, everything in that region. That's the United Arab Emirates. So if you ever see those soccer jerseys with Emirates or United Emirates on there, that's what that's from, UAE, United Arab Emirates. That whole region over there. So I had a good time over there. My favorite place in the world actually was Haifa, Israel. I had a great time. It was Americanized, so everybody spoke English. You know what I mean? But they had beautiful beaches, man, and it almost felt like I was in the United States. I think that's why I liked it so much. I knew I wasn't at home, but I felt like I was at home, man. What was the thing about Germany, man, that stood out for you?
Well, first and foremost, just how the opportunity came up was a blessing all in itself. That's where part of the grind comes in with setting goals. You understand this. Both of you should understand this, especially when it comes to advancing. So many stops you make, when you PCS, or a permanent change of station, for those that don't understand PCS, when you do that, you may be leaving and transferring during a timeline that isn't necessarily good for your eval cycle. So with that said, and again, I can hit on that another time, but understanding your eval cycle and hitting the ground running, doing your job well, doing your volunteer stuff, making sure you're studying. School is a big part of advancement for the Navy. So going to school or just doing some kind of educational and volunteership thing. But because I was able to set those goals and do all of that, it set me up for success for an opportunity to actually go to Germany to represent the pharmacy, because I was a pharmacy tech, to go to Germany. So that's how that even ended up. So that was a blessing in itself. Now, to answer the question.
Yeah, Germany, BMW.
Hey, I already, and that kind of like was a hidden gem for the people that knew it. So they already knew I owned BMWs at the time.
Yeah.
And all they talked about was, they were like, man, you're going to tear that Autobahn up, ain't you? And I was like, yes, I am.
Yeah, Autobahn, baby.
The Autobahn. So if anything.
What's the fastest you drove on the Autobahn?
I want to say, they're going to get me in trouble on this. Should I even say that?
Nah, I mean, you know, you just.
It is kilometers. It is kilometers. And I want to say about 175 was what I got. And I can't do the math that fast in my head to say how fast that is here. But see, the thing is about the Autobahn is I love it for several reasons. Number one, they actually have cameras on the highway, on the Autobahn.
Mm-hmm.
So if you occupy the passing lane and you're not actively passing the vehicle, guess what?
They'll come get you.
No, you get a ticket.
Oh, so
you get a citation. Camera gonna see that. Period. So it keeps people from lollygagging in the passing lane. So when you actually need to use it, you can actually use it.
I like that. So that way, the passing lane always gonna be open, pretty much.
Passing lane always gonna be open. Yep. Unless you're actively passing the vehicle, you have to get over. So that's what I love, because now I don't have to go zoom around in the slow lane because somebody's playing around in the passing lane. I will pass you all day, every day.
And that you should, my friend. So what was the transition from overseas back to the States, civilian? Paint that picture for us.
Okay, well, not too terribly difficult. Here's why. When I went into the military, I was 25. So I already had real world experience, professional experience, like I mentioned, corporate America and all the other in professional sports. So I understood how life worked. I wasn't fresh out of high school. I had no clue. So the transition into the military wasn't, I won't say more difficult, but I was trying to go in avenues that would allow for me to transition, check the boxes of the things that I was trying to do, and then get out, because I was not trying to stay in the length of time I did. I'm trying to do my first enlistment, get out, which would have been my 4 years plus the 3 years that they would have held you for selective reserve or whatever that was. That's just how that worked. So real simply though, I went down a path that allowed for me to really just excel, do the things I needed to do. And when I made my game plan to get out, the biggest thing was I constantly was in prayer with God, period. That was my walk. I stayed in prayer with God going in, stayed in prayer with God going through. And every time I tried to make a move or was thinking about making a move, I prayed. And when I got the answer, or when we got the answer as a family, then we moved on that. Was it scary? Yeah, some of it was, especially the transitioning out. I knew everything was going to work out, but everything hadn't lined up yet to show me how it was going to work out. So that part was a little scary. But the plan was to continue with my business. I had already started a couple of businesses in the baseball industry and a newer one in dealing with film and production. So that helped make it the transition a lot more seamless, especially having to go to school. So, and I ended up finishing my degree in sport management with a coaching minor, because baseball has always been my thing. It still will be part of my life, part of this new chapter. But the YouTube and the film and production and photography and all these other new skills that I've attained, and we can get into that too, I have attained since transitioning. It has made the transition a lot easier. And again, just setting goals, checking the boxes of the goals has definitely helped. But definitely staying in prayer, constantly moving when he says to move and how he says to move. Yeah, I'm doing good.
Hey, look, is that a cartouche around your neck?
A who?
I don't know. I don't know if you have a cartouche on tonight. I was trying to see if there was a, the cartouches that you buy overseas. You familiar with those?
Oh, actually, yeah, I am familiar
These
with
right
that.
here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This one is actually a fossil. It was actually a dual set. Something happened to the other one, but I got this in Germany actually.
I got a set. Let me get mine's out. Let me take mine's out.
You got the
So
real deal.
I got to
Oh,
do
okay.
it. I got to do it. Oh yeah, I got these made in
Yeah.
Bahrain. So I got
Okay.
that's in Arabic, and then that says E Vapors. And back then, I was JDM. I had a 350Z.
Oh, okay.
So I
Got it.
had 350Z put on one side, and this is E Vapors in Arabic, and that's E
Got it.
Vapors on the other side. So,
Okay.
and me being an original, they never made them this size. Most cartouches are about this size.
Yeah, they're small, right?
Yeah. I told them, I said, I
Man.
want the OG joint. I want that joint to be staggered when it lay down. I said, I wanted it to be staggered. You see how it's staggered?
Right on. I see it.
They said, we've never made this before. They said, we've never made this before. I said, I got money. Just make it.
Just make it right.
Just make it. And the guy at the jewelry store,
man.
he kept the mold because he was like,
Wow.
he's gonna start advertising, for this size cartouche, because obviously it costs more, it's more weight. But gold is cheaper.
You created something.
Yeah, gold and silver is way cheaper over in
way cheaper. Oh my God.
Overseas, man. They had these areas called the gold souk over in Bahrain. Because I lived in Bahrain for 5 months, and we had a big old house, maybe like an 8-bedroom house. We had a housekeeper, a car came with the house and everything, right? Marble floors, the whole nine, right? Literally, I got paid for food per diem. If y'all know about per diem,
yeah, per diem.
I got paid $100 a day in per diem in food money. So that's
pretty good.
$100 a day in food money. I was there on tax free. I was also getting hazardous duty pay.
I was going to ask you if you got hazardous duty. Yeah,
I was there on hazardous duty pay as well, and I also re-enlisted over there. So the whole bonus money was tax free. You know what I mean? So I was at the spot like, get me 4 of these. Let me get 2 of them. Let me get 3 hats. Let me get a red suit like Steve Harvey, big bell bottom joint. Let me get 4 of them and some gold teeth.
Oh man,
you know what I'm saying? I had everything, bro. I had everything coming out of there, man, because literally you could afford it.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? It wasn't like going to the jewelry store in the United States, man, where you get hit over top of the head for a little small gold chain. And some of y'all might have seen a Nefertiti necklace that I wear. It's a 24 karat gold Nefertiti necklace on a Figueroa chain, all pure. I bought that in Africa. And the part of Africa I was in, I got to say it backwards, is Egypt. Because for some reason people don't know that Egypt is in Africa. I don't know why people don't know that. All you got to do is look at the map and see Egypt is right there. Inside of Africa is right there. You know, all you got to do is
Sudan. Then come on back to Israel.
I'm gonna send y'all one of them red viewfinders, and I'm gonna put a little slide in it that say Africa, and you're gonna pull the little thing down, and Egypt is gonna come across in the viewfinder.
Not the viewfinder.
In the viewfinder, and it's gonna be a little history lesson. But yeah, man, that was a great experience for me over there, man. But was it a difficult transition for you, man, transitioning from the military to civilian, or was that a seamless transition for you?
It was seamless, man. It was seamless in the sense that I had run businesses before. And let me tell you this, before I joined the military, I was working 3 jobs. That was other than the online business that I had. So the e-commerce business. I had my pretty much my regular job, full-time job, Singular Wireless. That was my corporate job. I worked part-time at a restaurant. It was I want to say it was John Harvard's Brew House. It might have been John Harvard's Brew House. That might have changed. I think it changed to something else. No, Don Pablo's. By this time it was Don Pablo's. So I had been in the restaurant industry for years. Loved it. Server, bartender, the whole nine. And then my third job, which was a weekend job, was U-Haul. So I pretty much worked customer service, but I could install hitches. I did all that stuff, man. That would pretty much be like Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I would work there A few days during the week, I would work. Actually, I take that back. I wasn't at the restaurant anymore. I was working stock at Pier 1.
Okay.
Pier
So
1.
Pier 1 was like an early morning job through the week, or late through the week. I forget the hours, but I had my full-time job. I had them that I worked part-time. But for the lifestyle I was living, because by this time I like cars.
I was going to ask you, like, why did you have so many jobs? Get into that. The lifestyle.
Hey, I had to. Lifestyle. It was my lifestyle. I had to support my lifestyle. So my lifestyle was enjoying the finer things of life. It was the cars I was driving. I was driving Mercedes Benz at that time before I got into BMW.
Oh, look at them name dropping in here. Boom, boom. Ding, name dropping Mercedes.
Definitely not new to this.
He didn't mention none of the Hyundai scoops he had. He only mentioned the Mercedes. He didn't tell us about the Hyundai scoop he had back in '92 that broke down.
Goodness.
He didn't mention that.
I remember I wanted this Hyundai Tiburon bad when they first came out.
Wasn't that scoop nice though? Do y'all remember the scoop?
I remember that scoop.
Yeah. I remember the scoop.
You don't remember? Okay, I know you look young. Hyundai.
I was in the Hyundai too.
Hyundai Scoop was like their first little sports car that they came out with, man. Because they came out sideways. Let's be honest. Hyundai came out sideways. They came all the way out.
Hyundai and Kia did.
They came out sideways. Then they said, you know what? We can't make no junk no more. You know what I mean? So then they stepped the game up. Now we know Hyundai is a premier brand, just like any brand. You pick a car, they're a premier brand. They can match up.
Next to Mercedes, BMW, you have, in fact, the Canaz BMW has a Hyundai. Or excuse me, the Canaz Auto Park has Range Rover, Mercedes, BMW, and Hyundai, and that Genesis is there.
Shoot, that Genesis saved Tiger Woods' life, didn't it?
Yeah, it did.
Huh? That Genesis truck, truck saved Tiger Woods' life. He went to tumbling, rolling. He rolled about 75 times, and he crawled out of there still alive with no problems. A couple little broke leg pieces, but he alive though.
Yep.
If I was Hyundai, I would have footage.
Making my spokesperson.
I would recreate that truck rolling down the hill 50 times, and then I would show Tiger Woods on the golf course. Then just have he's still here.
Publicity. Good publicity.
Bro, that's a good campaign right there.
It's fact.
Still here.
Hey, AB. So rumor has it, he was overseas in Japan with a fleet full of cars back home.
Yeah.
Let's get into it. Where was you at in Japan? How long were you over there? What was the back home? We talked about it a little bit offline, but tell the story, man, and then we can get into the cars, obviously.
Got it. Well, I was in pharmacy tech school. All right, so let me back up. So I was an aviation electrician, was stationed in Virginia Beach, Virginia, Naval Air Station, Oceana, and I was with VFA 106. That was my FA-18 squadron. So while there, I decided, okay, I'm going to get out. Oh, let me back up. I was playing all Navy baseball too, so that's what made that's what made the transition in so great. I forgot to highlight that. So I transitioned in, not only working for my squadron, all right, I'm gonna share this real quick. I'm gonna make this short, but I gotta share this.
Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
Get in.
This your time.
So here's where grind comes in again. So I'm in my A school in Pensacola, Florida, for aviation school. So I'm in my A school. I remember this instructor was saying, hey, normally when you leave here, you'll go to your FRAMP school, which is your specialty school, depending on what you're doing. So if you was an AO or aviation ordnanceman, then you worked with ordnance, with ammunition, bombs, stuff like that. So you would go to whatever your special school is for that. So because I work in electronics and computers, we dealt with Ohm's law and electricity and computers and basically how it all works. So you got to be a pretty intelligent, smart dude. Or person.
He bragging how smart he is. Go ahead.
You got to have that. Got to have what they say, common sense. You picking up what I'm putting down, so I got it. But we're in school, and the instructor is saying, it's like, look, when you get to your your FRAMP school, said it would be wise for you to go talk to your department or your shop and get to know people, because the way it normally works is when you finish FRAMP school, you get thrown in what's called the line shack. Well, the line shack is just a group of sailors. Mm-hmm. Everybody has different jobs, but you got grunt work. So you could have AOs, you could have ADs or mechs, you could have parachute PRs or parachute folks. You could have any number of different aviation positions, skills all bunched together. You're just there to do one common job. Take the planes to go get refueled, to wash them down, to sweep up trash, just do grunt work. That's it. Yeah. So I said, I don't want to do that. And in fact, I said, I'm not going to do that.
Right.
So here's what happened. I did just that. I got to my FRAMP school. I remember going over to my shop, my AE shop, met, it was AE1 Thibodeau. I remember to this day, AE1 Thibodeau, met him. He said, okay, cool. We're just, when you get, well, let me back up. He gave me what's called plane captain's qual or PC qual. Military, you're always getting qualled in something so you can level up. So I got my plane qual packet, and he said, just hold on to that. You're going to need that when you come back because you want to get certified. So sure enough, several weeks passed. I had been back and forth over there. So several weeks passed. I graduated. So I go to check in. It's on a Friday. Now, I just found out that there's an all-Navy baseball team in Virginia. The actual all-Navy baseball team was in San Diego. Gotcha. Happened to find out in boot camp it was in San Diego. I was trying my best to get to San Diego. Lo and behold, I ended up in Virginia. I was like, damn, okay, so much for that. Found out there's an all-Navy baseball team coming. I set up for the tryout. So get this. I go in that Friday. I talked to AE1 Thibodeau. I said, hey, man, congratulations, glad you finished. He said, what you got planned for the weekend? I said, there's a baseball tryout this weekend for the all-Navy baseball team. He was like, what, really? He was like, cool. He said, I'll tell you what. He said, go ahead. Don't worry about coming to the shop. Just go ahead, go to practice. Let me know how everything worked out on Monday. So I'm like, cool. But I'm supposed to be going to the line shack, though, right? I'm thinking. But I'm like, okay. So I go to practice. Go to tryout. Had a good tryout. Made the team. And so we come in Monday. Somebody from the line shack's trying to get me to go with them. No sooner than we get ready to, so I guess we got introduced and whatever. So no sooner than he's taking me off to go to the line shack, AE1 Thibodeau said, hey, that sailor right there coming with me. So he's talking about me. Right. And he was like, the other one was like, well, no, he's not. He's got to go to the line shack. He was like, no, he's coming with me. So long story short, somebody got in trouble over the weekend. I don't remember if it was DUI, a fight or something, but it was severe enough that they got them pulled from the shop.
Yeah.
So instead of them going to, and let me back up. So when you're in the line shack, you can be in the line shack for a few months to a year to your whole time that you're stationed there.
Yeah.
And you never get to work in your shop and get transferred out. So I'm sure there were other AEs that were already over there. I went straight to the shop. Never saw a day of the line shack.
And so that's a blessing.
It was definitely a blessing. So, but let me get back into heading to Japan. So what I ended up doing, everything had been so great while I was in. There was even a time period I was going to get out, go back and play pro ball. I didn't. I said, let me check these boxes of what I need to do for school and other things. So I won't be selfish. So I ended up cross-rating to hospital corpsman, which is basically a medic. And then I specialized in pharmacy. So I became a pharmacy tech. Wasn't my first choice. I wanted to do radiology tech, but we're going to go with it. So I end up back in Virginia, where the C school is, because everything, boot camp and everything was in Great Lakes. Now your core school and stuff is down in Fort Sam, Houston, Texas. So we get back to Virginia, and even that stuff is down there too. So I'm back in Virginia. End up putting in my request to, for where I'm getting ready to go. Supposed to go FMF. That didn't work out. Got disqualified due to injury. So I end up with orders to Japan. Cool. So at this time, I just, not knowing where we were going, I had just bought a Mercedes ML350. It was the It was silver with charcoal interior. It was a Designo pack, so it had the white stitching, flat bottom steering wheel. I mean, it like the almost like what they have now is the what's it called? It's carbon fiber, but it's not the regular carbon fiber. It's the I can't think of it. It's a carbon fiber pattern that I can't think of. Yeah. But it was just like that.
Is it like graphite? Graphite?
It looks like graphite, yeah. But there's a certain term for carbon fiber that this is, but it looked just like that. So ahead of its time, that thing was immaculate. So, but because when you go overseas, the government only allows for you to store one vehicle.
Yeah.
So, of course, the ML350 being the newest one, it went into storage there for government storage. Then I took the other Mercedes, which was a 190E. So I'm talking to you, catfish corner. It was a 92 blue on blue 190E. I can't remember if I had a 2.3 or 2.6. I want to say I had a 2.6, but I don't remember. And it was non-AMG, but it was a classic that we had. So that went into I put that one in storage and just paid that monthly. So and that was that. So the other truck I had a little truck some dude was in love with. Again, I had 3 jobs going in. I had a lifestyle to maintain. So even though I'm in the Navy, I had a part-time job. I had a part-time job at Advanced Auto Parts. And I had a Dodge Dakota. I just did some exhaust work, so I modded it, whole 9 yards. And this kid was just in love with this truck. And I thought that was a very good opportunity, instead of just selling to anybody, to sell it to him, because I felt like he would appreciate it when we left. So I ended up selling one of the cars. Like I said, it was that Dodge Dakota. So, that was the 2 cars that were left. The one I had a C-Class prior to that, that we had sold maybe a year or so prior to, because we just sold it. So that's what I had going to Japan and coming back from there.
Before you and E-Vapors exchange the BMW talk, I'm a BMW brothers. You know, I'm a Benz guy. You know, I had a Benz for maybe about 4 years or so. How in the heck you go from Benz to BMW? Like, that's complete opposite sides of the realms, man.
Okay. It is. Mercedes-Benz is such a plush luxury ride. When you buy a Mercedes, you're buying it for luxury first, period. In most cases, unless you're going the AMG route or Rentec and doing all that kind of stuff to it with like a GT car or something like that. For the most part, people that I know that like Mercedes, they like Mercedes. Like one of my partners that I was stationed with, he for the life of him can't decide what he wants to get, a BMW or Mercedes. His brother works for Mercedes. I think he's like an engineer or something for Mercedes, so he's making some decent money. So he loves the Mercedes, how they ride, they're plush, they're everything. Excuse me, but coming back to my side, the BMW side, he likes the handling of the BMW, because the BMW and Mercedes, they handle quite differently. They put the power down differently. So I ended up with the first BMW actually when I came back from Japan. I was just looking for a car.
Now you're talking.
Didn't care what it was. I didn't care what. Hey, I'm just saying, I didn't care what it was. I was looking for a Jetta, man. I was looking for, we had Volkswagens in the family before, so I was looking for a Jetta. I had a Jetta before. Not the GLI this time, just a regular Jetta. And,
I had the GLI. Just in case anybody was wondering which Jetta model I had the GLI. I mean, just a little
Autobahn packet here too.
Autobahn edition. You know, little red stitching everywhere. You know what I mean? Nothing major, just a little red stitching everywhere throughout the car. You know,
just something I didn't have on mine.
You know, I gotta act cool, man.
So I ended up finding because I was stationed in Great Lakes at the time. So I'm living in the Highland Park area of Illinois, and I start shopping around, and I end up finding a 91 E46 330 Ci. So again, it's a coupe, titanium silver, and it was a good hour away. It was down in to Joliet. In fact, it's down there by CJ on 32s and Stun and them. So I drove all the way down there to get this car, and it was a steal. Got the car and changed my life. I've been driving BMW since. Just the handle, the response, the looks, the ability to repair it. And that was the other thing on Mercedes. Is very difficult to, without the tools and computers and stuff like that. It's difficult to maintain that by yourself, to do DIY. It just is, because they have special tools, all sorts of stuff. So with the BMW, now you can run into that with maybe a certain car or a certain age, but for the most part, it was in a state that I could actually DIY and just do all the work that I needed to. So that was a game changer too. So that's how I ended up going from Mercedes to BMW. Just happenstance. So
it was a good transition, brother. It wasn't no happenstance. It was meant to be. Ain't no such thing as happenstance in life. It was meant to be. The Lord wanted you behind the wheel of a BMW. Black man's wish, BMW, and you finally got your wish. BMW.
Right on.
Yes, sir. But look, we talking cars right now, man. But look, you're multifaceted, man, and you kind of alluded to that earlier. You kind of glossed over it, man. I want to show the people some of your work, man. I feel like you have a very creative eye behind the camera, bro. Like when I saw you with your rig, I said either he got a overpriced rig and he don't know what he doing, or he capping out here looking like a whole news network, or he know what he doing. So I said I'm gonna find out after we get back from Dallas. I'm gonna see if he for real with it. Now, I had already looked in your page, so I kind of felt confident that you really was about your craft, man. And it's funny how Pimpin' TV slid in here, like he's sliding in.
Pimpin' TV, what up?
So check this out, man. Let's look at some of your work real quick. Real quick, man. This guy right here, Pimpin' TV, is amazing, man. So y'all make sure y'all subscribe to Pimpin' TV. Let's hit play on this right here.
And I'm watching Cartalk TV.
Yeah, Pimpin' TV stole the show for sure. Turn that down a little bit.
I already know. I'm gonna delete mine.
Look, I like the bubbles. When the bubbles come in, I like the overlays. Look at us. Man, you immortalized this, bro. You got El Boogie in there with the overlay.
Okay, hold on.
What is Pimpin' doing? What is he doing?
We out here chilling, baby. You already know what it is.
Wow, I love the elbow.
Where you from? Get big cheek, man. Hold on.
Look at this dude, man. Look at this guy. Slam my man door, about broke the glass. Activator. Yes, sir.
Get the fix, man. Yeah, bro. Hey, I just got this, man.
This guy's crazy, man.
Somebody left that out there. Oh, Lord, man. I already know. Hey, you know. Around big
Yeah, I just want to show. I want to show a little bit of your work right there, man. Like, I not only are you, obviously, a car enthusiast, man, but I love seeing what people can do behind the camera. You know what I'm saying? Because as a YouTuber, you're in front of the camera, but at the same time, you're producing literally a product for your channel, for your TV station. So you may have a great car, a dope car, a fly ride, but then your production is terrible.
Yeah.
Where did you learn how to produce such great videos?
I'll tell you that I watched a lot of YouTube. I watched a lot of YouTube, but more so than anything, it was practice. It was practice. I realized what I saw that I liked. There are certain videos that were very cinematic, and I just liked those transitions. And I started practicing creating those, especially with car videos. So there's a lot of transition effects and things. But I've also learned how and when to use them, because there is a such thing as overkill. So you can use too much of things. Yeah, I mean, as far as really just learning my equipment too, learning the capabilities of what I have to use, and trying my best to use that. One of the bigger things that I guess I learned by watching a lot of YouTubers was that they always talk about just use what you have. If you got an iPhone or Android, just use what you have and go from there. But more so, it's about understanding the camera angles, your music, the story that you're trying to tell, those kinds of things. So that's really what has helped me to execute the videos that I'm producing now.
Yeah, and look what shirt you got on. I mean, come on, man. What are we doing here? We are showing love, man. Like, that's something that I really love with this. I feel like new wave of YouTubers, man. It's like it ain't no animosity. It's just all love from the get-go, from the beginning, man. And when I saw this video on your Instagram, that's the first thing I thought about, man. Like, yo, he got the free smoke shirt on, man. Think about it. I know you got a closet full of clothes and stuff, leather shirts and leather pants, but you chose to wear the not pimpin' TV. I'm looking at his name on screen. You chose to wear the free smoke shirt.
Mm-hmm.
I got leather too, and I chose to wear the free smoke shirt today, man. Why? I could have went through my. I could have went through my.
You could put on some Adidas, bro.
Bro, you know I rock Adidas real strong.
I know it.
Real heavy. It take me about 30 minutes to go through my Adidas section, right? So I could have took 30 minutes of time to go through my Adidas section, but I said, you know what? I'm rocking with the Free Smoke crew. They come on at 6 o'clock after us. You know what I mean? So, and then I come to your video, you got on Free Smoke. It's all genuine love.
Right. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. That's the, like you said. No, go ahead. What you
say? In this video.
Yeah.
Oh, fat cat. Yeah, well, in the trunk on this video, was that a muffler delete you was doing, or replacing a muffler?
Yeah, that was the actual catch that had come off of the E92 M3.
Wow,
so, and they were heavy too. Damn, they were heavy. I wish I could. I wish I could say I did that myself. I wish I could, but and honestly, with the right tools, I've watched it done. I could have, but more so than anything, no, I've got a shop that I'm doing some work with, or had been recommended to go to a while back. And after we finally come back from all the trips and stuff, I finally made it out there. But they were booked too, so they kind of added to the point, or added to the fact that it was taking a while to get it done. But they got it done. So
yeah. Hey, look,
I am pleased.
My guy Pimpin' TV said the brother has not only skill with the camera, but a great eye to be in the right place. Only BMW drivers have that. Hey, I didn't say that. I agree with it. I didn't say it.
I definitely do.
I agree with it, man. It's just something about that BMW, man. I fell in love with BMW, man, back in 1992 time frame. And I'm gonna tell you my short BMW story, man. My mom was test driving a red convertible BMW. This had to have been like 92. You know, I forgot what E model that is. The square jump.
E30s.
E30s, yeah, square jump, right? So she comes in the driveway with the car. Me and my brother CP, rest in peace. We looked out the window, and I was like, "Oh, she test driving the car today." And we was playing Sega, I think Genesis or whatever. I think we was playing a baseball game actually. And all I had on was boxer shorts, sitting on the couch. I mean, we at home. I'm at home. I got boxer shorts on at the house. My brother, he got full clothes on. We just at the house chilling. So I said, "Hey, Ma, let me drive the car around the corner." So she was like, "All right, cool, go ahead." So we got the red convertible. We in Durham, North Carolina. We got the red convertible BMW. I got on boxer shorts with no shirt on. No. I had socks on, and my brother got full clothes on. So we leave out the neighborhood, and we get on Austin Avenue in over by North Carolina Central University College. So we driving. Next thing I know, boo, red lights. I'm like, oh snap, we getting pulled over. I said, oh man, I'm out here with drawers on. I ain't got no license on me. You know what I mean? And so we get pulled over, man. I'm sitting there, I'm like nervous, heart beating out my chest. My brother, he was nervous. He was younger than me, my brother CP. The officer come up, and I'm looking at him, and he looking at me like, "Yo, where your clothes at?" You know what I'm saying? And I think he was shocked the fact that I had on boxer shorts and you know, like where your clothes at? So I knew my license number by heart. So I said, "Sir, I know my license number." So I gave him my license number. He went back to the car, and I'm assuming the license must pull up on the computer, on the laptop or something. And he came back and was like, "Yo, I'm not gonna give you a ticket today, but you know, next time I see you better have some clothes on." And I was like, "Yo, hey, thank you, sir." And I pull off, man, and went to. I never told my mom. I to this day I hadn't told my mom this story, so I don't know if she's watching. I got pulled over in the test drive car on Austin Avenue by North Carolina Central with drawers on.
Withdrawals on. Wow.
Yeah, man. But I fell in love with BMW ever since then, man. What other BMWs? Right, you better. I almost went to jail for them. What other BMWs have you had over the years, man, or even currently have now?
Let's see here. So the first one was the E46 330 Ci. So that was titanium silver, black leather interior. What I didn't have on that one, I'll share about this particular car that was a learning curve. Okay, I'm gonna let you guess what I didn't have, what option I didn't have on this car. We're in the Midwest.
You didn't have AC.
I'm saying
no, it had AC. It had AC. No, we're in the Midwest. We're in the Midwest. And what happens in the winter?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you didn't have defrost?
This guy, man.
Yeah,
I had defrost. I didn't have a cold weather package. So just like in the summer, those leather seats get scorching hot. Yeah, they will give you frostbite in the winter with no heated seats and none of that kind of stuff. So I learned from that car moving into the next one, which was the E46 M3. That one also, it was almost silver, but it was called steel gray. And once again, black interior, but it had the cold weather package. This time I made sure of it. I made sure when I looked through there, I knew what I was looking for. So it had the cold weather package in there. So that was the E46 M3. That was an 03. Had that with me. Took it down to Texas. Oh, let me back up. Because you asked about all of them. At the time I'm looking for this M3, the current Mrs. goes with me to the dealership. So we're looking around in the dealership. She minding her business. She ain't saying nothing, doing nothing. So we took looking at this car, found out and test drove it, everything came back. So I'm talking with the other guy. She kind of nudges me or lets me know and say, "Hey, what's that in the back?" I look back there. I said, "Looks like a SUV." So let's walk back there. It's a black 2005 X5 at that time. This happened to be her dream car. So let's just say by the time I got my car done, she already had her car a full 24 hours.
The X5.
The X5.
Man, I remember when the X5 first came out, bro. It was like that perfect vehicle for, family, traveling, and you still getting the same BMW feel ultimate driving machine, man. That was
right.
A choice.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, and it still is. It took that vehicle, the X5 took the E46 M3 to Texas, and we brought back she over here laughing. We brought back the GLI Autobahn Edition. Yeah. Remember I told you we had that. I'm sure you done found that. Yeah, they go to X5.
Yeah, they go to X5.
Somewhere in there is the white GLI that we had. So we brought that back. And then I drove the current E92 M3. I ended up driving that back because that replaced the E46 M3.
Gotcha.
So those are the BMWs I've had and have currently. Up until shortly after we got back, she had been wanting, and the whole reason she got the GLI because she was driving back and forth about an hour each way to work while we were in Texas. So the X5, for whatever reason, the X5 wasn't doing well on gas mileage, so we got a couple of things got checked and fixed. Then we were good. And it could have been that darn heat too. That heat is horrible in Corpus Christi, Texas. So so we ended up getting the GLI. That was better on gas, but she wanted a BMW. So by the time we got back here, got settled, and I probably was I might have been on separation leave then. But we did find the 535 M Sport, the black one that she has currently. So those are the current vehicles. So the 535, the X5, and the E923. Yep.
Right.
And those wheels and that car. Yep. And that car has been customized on the exterior and interior already. The wheels are now black, or I forgot the hyper. I think it's hyper silver. But it's like it's a metallic flake in it, but it's black.
Hey, Catfish killing the BMW folk, man. You see Catfish in here killing all the BMW folk. He killing us.
Catfish killing.
He killing us. Boy, every time somebody say BMW, Catfish come in there pop, pop, with a counter jab and with a right cross. I'm like,
he shouldn't say anything. Pimpin' has a BMW.
Man, look, Catfish probably like pimping his own man. Yeah, man.
Oh, man. Benz or BMW. That's a nice little debate.
Yeah, Benz
a BMW. Hey, they drive their own lane, man. Be honest.
What the song say? The Lex Coupe, Beamers, and the Benz.
Yeah.
To all my ladies and my friends, keep your head up. Through the hood, East Coast, West Coast, and worldwide. They ain't call out no trash. Back then, it was Lex Coupe, Beamer, or Benz. That was it. I know it's a lot of brands out now, but Lex Coupe, Beamer, and Lexus actually was newer back then. When that,
it was.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So that's
the newer brand.
Yeah, man. I love it, man. I love walking down memory lane, man, and just seeing you talk about joining the military, being in the military for a while, man, playing baseball in the military, transitioning to a civilian. I know you kind of glossed over a little bit, man. What they say, having a cup of coffee, playing professional baseball. Do you mind sharing some tidbits of that experience, man?
Sure. Well, first off, I didn't start playing baseball till I was 13, so I was way late in the game. As I learned, as I became an instructor, when you're training kids, T-ball is at 5. At the depending on when they were born, maybe 4. So 4 or 5 T-ball, coach pitch 6, 7, maybe even 8, just depending on their skill level. But yeah, so I'm 13. I'm just now really playing organized baseball. So I took a love to it. I started playing rec ball one summer. Parents just wanted to get me out of the house. Me and my buddy Jeff, we would play. At this time, we played Nintendo. So, the current what is it called when you're playing online with your Xbox and your PlayStation?
Yeah.
Our online was the phone to our ear with the remote. So that was our online playing.
I remember that.
We going through warp zone, doing all sorts of stuff. But we also, the guys I played with in my neighborhood, we also got out. We played tackle football. We rode bikes. We had a big lake and creek not too far from us. Well, I had a creek running through my backyard and then a lake, fishing pond not too far. So we ride to the lake. So we were active kids. But at a certain point in time, we did start playing video games a lot more. So she just wanted me to, I guess my parents just wanted me to have a different experience, go play some sports. So baseball was it. And it kind of took off from there. I started enjoying. I wasn't the best in the beginning, but the guys that I was around that could play ball, I could tell they had been playing for a minute and was playing at a very high level. I wanted to be like them. So I started hanging around them and working out with them and training with them. Eventually, by the time I got through high school and Let me back up to high school. High school, I was known for my glove. Nothing got past me.
Okay.
Like absolutely, when I put it like this, when I went home after a game, I definitely was the dirtiest that went home after a game. I made sure I did everything I could to get to a ball, to stop it, to get out. Period.
Yes.
So I pretty much had a Gold Glove in high school. I pretty much was awarded Gold Glove status in high school. So leaving high school, I ended up walking on to college because I was at Westlake Magnet High School. That is, for anybody that knows Atlanta, we've had a few guys come out of there for athletic accolades. Probably more notable would be Cam Newton.
Oh wow, yeah,
So,
absolutely, yeah.
But there's been plenty that have come out, but I think he's probably the most notable athlete. Then we've got politicians that's come out of there and stuff like that. But so we weren't known for black kids. When you play sports at high school, or play sports period, you generally gravitate toward basketball and football because or even track and field, because that's where you get recruited from, even your black colleges, or any college. So for the most part, football, basketball, track. So of course, only a couple of us really got looked at for baseball, and I didn't really get looked at. We've gotten looked at professionally, but didn't get looked at for college. I wanted to go to college, so I ended up walking on to Valdosta State. That's in South Georgia. Walked on the first year, actually got released the next year. Hung around and played ball during the summer collegiate ball. Went back to Atlanta, started training under C.J. Stewart, which he had played professional ball at that time in the Cubs organization. He got drafted out of high school, played some college ball and whatnot. But pretty much from there, I ended up working out. My first workout was with the Kansas City Royals in Decatur, Georgia. I ended up getting picked up by them, and people say it's not who you know, but it's what you know. Sometimes it is who you know. It's connections.
Right.
The person that was looking at me, that recruited me, was the brother of, I can't remember his first name now, but his brother of the kid I played rec ball with when I first started playing.
Wow.
This kid smashed. Just raped. So we already knew he was a phenom at his age. So this is 13, 14. So he remembered me from playing then. He was like, "You the same kid that was playing with my brother at Welcome All Park?" I was like, "Yeah." Like, bro, you came a long way in a short time. So sure enough, so I got looked at, and that's when they did the open. That back then they would do the open tryouts and stuff like that. I had a couple of tryouts and workouts with the Mets and with the Marlins. But anyway, ended up working out with the Royals for a short period of time, for short A season. Then I ended up getting traded off to the Braves, where I played for a couple of seasons in A ball. So after that, like I said, after the politics and stuff, I ended up just saying, "Hey, time for me to go. Let me go find something else to do with life. Baseball will come back around eventually, and we'll figure out what I do with it." And I figured it'd be coaching or training or something. But yeah, that was my trip for professional. Then that just happened to, again, I just happened to find out in the Navy that there was an all-Navy baseball team. So next thing you know, after being away from baseball 3 years, I was right back at it. And we played at a very high caliber. The guys that were in San Diego, they played out of Point Loma, and we've had several professional ballers come out of that, even within the last 10, 15 years. So we definitely had talent, and we were the East Coast team, which was pretty much the farm team for the West Coast team. So that's how that worked out. But yeah, we played ball, and it was a good time. Very good time.
That's good stuff, man. Just a little short E-Vapors fact, man. I don't know if y'all remember a running back for the Denver Broncos, Mike Anderson.
Mike Anderson.
Yeah, he was a running back for the Denver Broncos, man.
I think I remember you making mention of that before.
Yeah, Mike Anderson,
Okay.
right? So there was a Marine Corps football league that they had, a tackle football league. The actual tackle football league with referees and playoff systems and a Super Bowl that they called the Turkey Bowl. So I had a chance to play in that football league for 2 years down at Camp Lejeune.
Yeah.
Camp Lejeune. And so I actually was on the team, man. We made it to the championship game. We lost in the championship game, man. Some of our best players was hurt. But it was a straight up, man, like semi-pro football league, man. And I had that was my number one talent, man, was playing cornerback. You know, it was just like I was just naturally gifted, man, to play cornerback. I had the 4.4 speed, and I just had a knack for the ball, man. Yeah, and I modeled myself after Dion, man. And so when you was talking about your Navy days playing baseball, it just made me think about the 2 years that I got to play at a high level of tackle football league, man, with the Marines, man. Good time. But look, I got a picture, man, and I know we up against the clock a little bit, man. We're gonna wrap this thing up, man, so we can get over to Free Smoke, man, and check them out. I want our people, man, to caption this picture, man. The best caption is gonna win a Cash App, man. I'm gonna give you my caption. I know he didn't park beside me. I know he did not park beside me. You looking strong. You looking like no, he didn't park beside me. So the people are gonna caption this. You tell us what was going on in this picture right here.
I'm trying to remember. That was actually, I guess it was about 2 years ago. We were at a car meet in Illinois, like a Cars and Coffee. And I know I remember this. From here, we rallied and went down somewhere in like Peoria or something. I don't remember. See, my car is back there. It's on the end. Sharon was taking the picture, so I don't know if I was just walking and I think she just happened to capture it just right, just to see me and all my greatness. So
yeah. Another thing, I was like, either somebody parked beside you, or you looking at a Mustang leaving the car show, and you know what that means. Catfish just said, "What? You know what that means? It's Mustang leaving the car show." Catfish said, "What kind of car just pulled up?" All right. Now I can see you saying that. What you looking like? What kind of car just pulled up? Like what is that? Maybe you're not sure what it is. You know, you don't know
from a distance.
From a distance, yeah. Oh Lord, look what Angie said. What you want? It do look like that serious. It do look like you can say something like that.
I almost look like a Superman symbol on instead of my EAE.
It do. Look what Eddie said. Look like COVID over there. Oh man. I can see that. Let's see what Pimpin said. Pimpin said,
okay.
I bet the AC in that Benz don't work. That's why his window down.
Come on, man.
Beamer gang. Hey, come on, Pimpin.
Hey, way to represent Pimpin.
Pimpin in the lead right now. He in the lead right now. What Johnson said.
Man,
is that chicken and waffles over there? Okay, he looking strong, so he might be looking for some food too.
Trying to replenish.
Nourishment. Sorry Knight said, I made these glasses look good. Man. You know what? He do look kind of arrogant in this picture though. So that might be a good caption. He do look like he into himself right here.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Like, these guys.
I might have been feeling myself a little bit.
Man, look, if you don't feel yourself, come on, man. You got to have self-confidence, confidence.
Exactly.
You gotta have that, man. When you step out every day, man. I'm glad you said that, bro. You gotta have that confidence in yourself, man. Hey, what you think, Costa Real, of the captions we read off so far, man? What you think?
I'm gonna be honest. It's out of Pimpin TV with me or Angie.
Yeah. It's between Pimpin and Angie that kind of that jumped out. Like as soon as I read it, I was like, man, that's crazy. Yeah. He do look like he's saying. Let me show her.
The Angie joint like fits it so well because he.
What you want? Right. Like what you want? You know, somebody walking up to him about to ask him a question. Like, what you want, man?
Yeah.
He ain't even get to say nothing. Like, sir, what you want? Don't mess with me.
Right.
Oh damn.
But then I like this one too, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. I bet they seeing that Benz don't work. That's why the window down. That's some straight up BMW versus Mercedes Civil War, baby.
Oh boy.
Hey.
Oh boy.
Who you got? Who you got? M3. I'm calling you M3. Who you got?
Oh my goodness, man, bro.
Tough choice, man. Hey, Pimpin said.
I'm gonna say this though. The caption that Pimpin said is on point, and that's just because we Beamer gang.
Fact.
Period.
Yeah.
Now I will say it would be a lot more believable if I was looking the other way. At the bend. Yeah, at the bend.
At the
bend. So just from a realistic response or realistic tie-in, I go with Angie.
We'll go with Angie, man. Hey, Angie,
we'll go with Angie. They both were good though. They both were good.
They both were good, man. Give it up for our top two, man. Pimpin' TV, vlogging with Angie. Angie, drop your cash app. Drop your cash app, Angie, so we can send that to you, man. Hey, Kasho, man. I know we about to wrap it up, man. Go ahead and hit us with some good wrap up, man. Any final words that you wanna put out there with Opulent M3 Euro Auto Enthusiast AB?
For sure, man. I do this thing called Random 5. We'll ask 5 random questions, and you give me 5 random answers.
Okay.
All right. So first one, what's your dream car?
This one right here. Ooh. Aston Martin Vulcan.
Wow. Aston guy. He's an Aston guy.
Yep.
Look, I like Aston as well. I'm an Aston Martin enthusiast. I'm always at the Aston. Yep. I was out there yesterday.
Oh, were you? Okay.
Yep. All right. Favorite.
Honestly, it'd be a tie between that and the Koenigsegg, but I definitely like that.
And crazy enough, they had the Koenigsegg out there.
Actually, I saw that. Yeah.
Next level.
Yep.
What's your favorite restaurant?
Perry's.
What's that?
Perry's is a steakhouse. They have them in Texas, but we do have some here in where is it? Oak Brook, Illinois. That's right around where what's the name of the outlets? The fashion outlets?
Tanger?
No, not Tanger. It's a fashion outlet near O'Hare. So Perry's is not Perry's a little further from that, but it's Oak Brook is where that is.
Okay. Where's your favorite destination place to visit?
Now I'll say this. One of the places that I had it, you just made me think of it because I remember when I was in the military and the first time I ever saw it, and I remember I had this picture as a background pic for a long time. Seychelles Island.
Oh, Seychelles.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know about that.
Yeah. I had that caption. I had that background picture for a long time. So anytime somebody asks me a destination, that's the first place I think of. And of course, there's many, many other places that I'd love to go. But that's like the first like realistic dream destination place to go.
Good stuff. Yeah. Fourth question. What keeps you going every day?
Honestly, it's just the notion that my daily grind is going to lead to opening up an idea or opening up the notion of success for someone else.
Good stuff. And the last and final question is, how does AB want his legacy to be remembered?
He kept God first. God first, and everything he did was for the good of God's people.
Love it, man. Love it. Before E-Vapors jump in with some last words to close us out, any gems, any tips or words of wisdom that you can leave for us as the host as well as the viewers, our audience, just to work our way up in life, cars, lifestyle, whatever, man. Let me leave some tips and leave some gems for us.
First off, have a plan. Just start by having a plan. We always have aspirations. We see things we want, whether that's something we see on Instagram or something that we know someone has attained. But you have to have a plan of attack to get there. So that's the first thing. And within that plan, it's got to be, we've heard this before, smart goals. So they have to be specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and timely. You got to put the timestamp on it. We can say we want any number of things. Hey, I want a gold chain. Gold, like we just talked about earlier, gold is expensive. I priced a Cuban link around my birthday last year. That Cuban link was, we're thinking about 12 grand. I think that was like a 21 or 22 inch, but it was about 12 grand. It was on sale. Then they had a Black Friday, it was half off. That still was a chunk of change. So with that said, so if that was my ultimate goal right now, short game, then I either gotta set up goals and how to get the money, or set up goals how to save the money, or offset some things to make it happen. So you got to have the goal, and then you got to set a time limit on that, because if it's just a mere goal, then it's going to happen when it happens, and that may never happen. So that's that. As far as, I'm going to stick with the social media thing. Use what you have. I know we kind of joked and kid about me having my my news TV station gear with me. I have, fortunately, I've, have the resources to make that happen, because that's the direction that I'm going. That's the vision that I have. That's the goals that I'm setting to get to that point. But it can get overwhelming when you think, because I did it watching other YouTubers, thinking that I needed to have all these different tools to make it work. Like I said before, I learned just take your phone, take the very thing you have, and if you can go get your little tripod, sometimes it's just your hand, but if you get your little tripod, honestly, I've been using this more often to vlog and stuff with lately. I picked up other little cheap tools, lights and stuff like that. Don't cost a lot of money. I think this light was $12. This little apparatus was $8. This stuff I found on Amazon that helped, and they work. But sometimes we think we got to go spend $2 grand, $3 grand on the camera. You're not in that space yet. You may or may not even need that. So just use what you have. Learn how to use what you have. And when it's time to switch up and it's time to enhance based on your skill level, you'll be able to do that. So that's what I'll pretty much leave with in terms of setting your goals, making them smart goals, and then just using what you have. And that's really with life, period. Because you think, I'm gonna share this with you. I was watching, I won't put out the YouTuber's name or the Instagrammer's name, but I was watching them. They've amassed a lot of wealth, a lot of riches, cars, the whole nine. One day he was going through on his live, he was showing all the cars, his Rolls Royce, his Rolls Royce, Bentley, Lambos, old schools, everything. And he was like, man, he said, I did this backwards. He's a young cat. He said, I did this backwards. He said, I'm supposed to have this after I got the apartment that I wanted. Because in buying the apartment, I think it said 50 units, 75 unit, 100 unit, whatever it is. You got those the apartments, guess what you got coming in? Income. Residual income.
Yeah.
And the money, because he looked at a couple of the cars, he was like, well, this car was this Huracan was a 75 unit apartment. This Bentley was 150 unit apartment, whatever it was, the correlation was. So that's the money. You're putting your resources in the wrong places. Don't be so stuck on looking at what people have. Hell, don't be stuck on looking at what I have. That just happened to be what I have, but I looked the journey to get there. It wasn't overnight. So it took time to get there. It took for me to apply. It took for me to budget. That is a big word. We done talked about that before. Budgeting is a big word. Just understanding how to use your finances, understanding how to build your legacy, your financial wealth, all of that stuff. So, yeah, that's pretty much what I'll leave you with is don't look at those things, set your goals, make your money work for you. Figure out, find out financial literacy. I'm not going to get into financial literacy tonight, but E-Vapors talks about that.
Yeah.
There's plenty of people that talk about financial literacy. I know you talk about it, Rel, on what's your other show? What's your other
network? Network is my network. Yeah, we talk about that one.
Yeah. Yep. So a lot of us talk about that. There's truth into that, because without that financial literacy and that sacrifice and budgeting, I definitely wouldn't have the stuff I have now. So
yeah,
that's what I leave with.
Hey, nah, man, that's all good stuff, man. And I like what you just said, man, about, you know, your camera gear and everything. Like, I know what the Ronin costs. When I saw it, I know what it costs, because it can make a lot of moves with a heavier camera. And I was like, yo, he's serious about what he out here doing. And when I saw that, it kind of falls in line with the vision of Cartalk TV, man. Like, we're literally looking for people that have that eye, that have the gear. Mm-hmm. That maybe they have footage, old footage or even new footage that they want to put on a platform that's established, and we give them the full credit. Their name is on the screen, their links are in the videos, and like, man, you're a contributor to Cartalk TV, you know what I mean, as a network. And then even too, as we travel, man, we want to hire, you know, people that have the eye and want to be amongst the car culture. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So if you're going to an event and say, you know what, hey, can we hire AB? You know what I'm saying? Can we hire L Boogie? Who can we hire that can dedicate their camera to Cartalk TV? Mm-hmm. And those are the things that we're looking to do. We're looking for contributors. We're looking for people to hire when we go to events, man, so we can freely be in the midst of the event and engage with the people. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So, hey, man, you know, we'll love to talk to you offline about that kind of stuff.
Sure,
man.
Sure. Well, just know that you'll always have my support when it comes to that. So that's what I'm here to do. I want to support all of us first, and so my support is you can automatically count me in. So yeah, I'm in, and we'll talk more.
Yeah, we'll talk numbers and all that stuff, man. But we definitely I love what you're doing, man. Thank you for serving in the military. We love your lady. We got to meet your lady, man, in Dallas, man. And y'all two together, man. I can tell y'all got a nice little fire burning over there, man. And I can't wait till all our families can meet each other and get to hang out, man. And on my channel, you know, we got some more family content coming, man. So you're gonna see me and my wife probably disagreeing about a car or this or that. It's on the way, man. So on behalf of myself, E-Vapors, Car Show Rel, we want to thank you, man. And you guys, make sure you subscribe to Opulent M3 on Instagram and on YouTube. His channel is Euro Auto Enthusiast, man. Let me type that in the chat. Euro 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 Auto Enthusiast. Euro Auto Enthusiast, man, on YouTube. Make sure y'all subscribe. We're gonna share your link out, man, in the community tab.
Appreciate it.
So, but what I need everybody to do right now as we log out, man, y'all, let's go ahead and flood Free Smoke, man. Yep. Yo, we just came from Cartalk TV. We here now.
For sure. Yeah. Appreciate you guys. Thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate being on here, and looking forward to the great work that you all are going to do, and the great work we'll all be able to do collectively. So
yeah,
go do it.
Couldn't end it better, man. Appreciate y'all, brothers, man. We see you next time.
Yep. All right. Appreciate everybody in here. Y'all have a safe night, and see you on Free Smoke.
Peace.